Heidi ho, and welcome into the channel. Something a little bit different today. We are going to do a fresh run, unedited, and I'm going to put the time lapse on because this is about a 40-minute video, and I really don't have that much time to demonstrate just how easy it is to start fresh, gear up, and survive on SQU PvP PVE survival server. Okay, so now that we've committed Harry Carry, we're back in with fresh drawers. Well, they don't look too fresh at the moment. Looks like we're in southern Topolin, so let's get at it. We need to sort our priorities and basics really quickly. We need to find some clothing. We need to find a sharp tool to be able to cut and craft. Now, an important thing to remember is always check manure piles and haystacks and along tree lines for mushrooms. There is no fruit in Lavinia. You will not find any fruit on the ground. So, with that being said, if you're not finding mushrooms, then player have not been in the area. Mushrooms will grow with player activity. The more you frequent an area, if you're not finding anything, leave and come back 15, maybe 20 minutes later. There's going to be mushrooms on the ground for you. While I was busy yammering away, you see I picked up a pitchfork. That is going to help us along with the infected and hunting. As well as this handsaw, vital for construction, but useful for crafting items such as rag to make gloves and face wraps. Not to mention, it gives you the ability to clean animal. The way this server is set, I would say maybe 1 in 4, 1 in 5 infected have items. And would you look at that? The first hunting cabin I check, I get pristine, top-tier clothes. This will allow me to use my discarded clothing, make hand wraps, and I can begin hunting for food. The common misconception with this game is it's not Call of Duty. You do not spawn in, loaded out. You need to build your progression. That's the point of the game. Alright, with hand wraps on, warm clothing, and a sharp object to skin and quarter, it's time to get down to the town and search for chicken. And I will add, this is under the 10-minute mark so far. When you find an abundance of clothes laying around, get in the habit of crafting rag. You will always need rag. I will take that nice warm toque. And I hear my first meal up in this little hill. Now we can go ahead and skin and quarter and harvest our meat and collect the bones for later use. Since the 1.20 update, chickens will now yield anywhere between 2 and 4 breast. My looting is pulling me away from the police station, and I want to focus it because that's where I'm going to obtain my first firearm. Now you may get lucky and find, a revolver, a Derringer, or maybe a Mosin here in Topolin, but a sure shot for a firearm is head down to the police station, the police academy barracks. But I do warn you, on a populated server, that is a cautionary adventure. But of course, before we do that, we need to cook and feed ourselves. If you're not going to take the time to cook this in the woods, find yourself a big stove where you can cook all your meat at one time. Don't use those small little fireplaces. It takes too long. You want to get that first and maybe second piece into you right away. Now with our food all cooked and warm food in our belly, it's time to push that police station, get a better firearm to hunt bigger animal, and protect us against player. Alright, pump action shotty, BK-133. Not the best gun, not the worst gun. Yes, the stab vest. It has no cargo space, but it will protect against melee attack. And our many thanks for shoddy coating. You can take your time and sort these infected through the window, instead of going outside and putting yourself in mortal danger. Now, since we're closer, let's hit the police station before we hit the barracks. Now I know from experience the weapons I'm going to find in here, unless modded. I'm going to find the SGG, the Pioneer, maybe an M-Lock, Scorpion perhaps, and shotguns. And you're going to notice from my short time here in this building, I'm going to acquire a short to medium range sniper rifle and several clips, along with additional firearms such as an M-Lock. And it's this particular juncture in time that sets you apart in the food chain. You are now equipped with the ability to hunt larger animal for larger quantities of food. Okay, our trip to the police station was so successful, we didn't even need to go and entertain looting the barracks. Now, we're going to head to another location to get you some very important tools, the fire station, for an axe. And perhaps some waterproof clothing from the fire department if you're not already adequately equipped. Alright, that was quick and easy. With that acquired, let's push up the hill and we're going to find a market. Usually in the market you're going to find hunting weapons such as blaze, tundra, or even a savannah. And for the record, with playback at 2x speed, we are nearing our 20-minute real-time game time. Ooh, we just found a hatchet. We don't need this axe, but we're going to keep it anyway. Let's check this military tent right outside the market. There's usually some weapons there, maybe a nice automatic. And I can see from here there's a KAS, oh, and a Vega. I'll swap out my existing shotgun for this automatic. And now let's see what the market has in store for us. Oh, a Tundra. There's no advantage of swapping out these jackets, just preference. Hey, a witch's hood. Warm, warm, warm. If you find one, use one. Now we're going to go up and check a vehicle spawn and see if we can't get out of this town and back to where we belong. Well, there's no vehicle here at this spawn, so let's head back down the hill to the water and see if we can't find ourselves a fishing pole or some rope and get some more food into us. Ah, fresh, pristine mushroom. Someone has been here. And our prayers have been answered. Pristine fishing rod. Self-sustained. Again, all you would need would be a stick and rope and some bone to craft a hook. And there you have it. There's the rope. Had we not found the fishing rod, we can still go fishing. Which means we can still feed ourselves. Which means we don't have to die every 10 minutes. So, let's head down to the water and do some fishing. Even though the equipment that I have, I don't even really need to do any fishing. I have more than enough adequate firearm to find and kill larger animals that will self-sustain myself for longer periods of time before having to resupply with food. At this point, if you can't feed yourself and keep yourself alive, it comes down to player knowledge and ability. Now, those bones that we saved, we've made a knife. We're going to make a hook with the last bone. We're going to dig up a worm. We're going to apply it to the hook, and we're going to catch us supper. And true to real life, fishing is best done an hour after sunup and an hour before sundown.
Too fucking hurt.
Now we've just hit our 35-minute mark in live gameplay, and let's recap. We have a Tundra, we have an SSG, we have a Vega, we have a bladed weapon, we have food, we have fishing rod, we have more than adequate clothing. I don't see the problem with this server. It's not hard. It's quite easy, actually. So pop in, test your skill, carve out a life for you, and have fun.